Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Right now, the world is shifting. The economy, technology, the way we work, the way we live, everything is changing at a speed we've never seen before. And the truth is, most people are completely unprepared. They're stuck in old patterns, reacting instead of creating, waiting instead of leading. But not you. You're here because you want more. You're here because you refuse to settle. And today, I'm going to give you the 3 most powerful skills you need to develop if you want to thrive in what's coming next. These aren't optional. These aren't nice to have. They are essential. So let's get to it. Skill 1, adaptability. Become unbreakable. Listen, uncertainty is the new normal. Change isn't coming. It's here. The people who struggle are the ones who resist it. The ones who win, they embrace it. Think about it. Businesses rise and fall overnight. AI is replacing jobs. Entire industries are transforming. The person who adapts fastest is the person who stays on top. So how do you develop adaptability? You train yourself to get comfortable with discomfort. You rewire your brain to see problems as opportunities, and you develop the muscle of resourcefulness. Because when you're resourceful, nothing can stop you. Write this down. It's never a lack of resources. It's a lack of resourcefulness. The economy shifts, you find a way. Your industry changes, you pivot. You get knocked down, you get back up faster. That's how you win. Skill 2, emotional mastery. Control your state, control your life. What determines whether you take action or hesitate? What determines whether you push forward or give up? It's not logic, it's emotion. Your emotional state is the foundation of everything you do. If you let fear, doubt, or overwhelm control you, you'll never step up. You'll never take the risks necessary to grow. But when you master your emotions, you become unstoppable. How do you do it? It starts with managing your physiology. Change your body, change your state. Stand up tall, breathe deeply, move with power. Do it right now. Feel the shift? That's real. Your body controls your mind. Then shift your focus. Most people focus on what's wrong. Winners focus on what's possible, because whatever you focus on, you feel. When you learn to control your emotions, fear doesn't own you. Stress doesn't own you. You own them. And when you own your emotions, you own your future. Skill 3, massive action. Massive action is king. You can have the best ideas, the best plans, the best intentions. But if you don't take massive, consistent action, nothing happens. Most people wait, they hesitate, they overthink, they say, I need more information, or I'll do it when I feel ready. Let me tell you something. Readiness is a lie. Winners don't wait until they're ready. They act. They move forward even when it's messy, even when it's uncertain, because they understand that momentum creates confidence, not the other way around. You don't need more time. You don't need more resources. You need to decide right now that you're done with excuses, that you're done with hesitation, that you're ready to step the hell up. It's time to step up. The future doesn't belong to the strongest or the smartest. It belongs to those who are adaptable, emotionally unshakable, and relentless in action. And the good news? That can be you, but it starts with a decision right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, this moment. Because if you want a different future, you have to do something different today. So stand up, raise your standards, and make the commitment to develop these skills, because what's coming is bigger than you can imagine. And if you're prepared, you won't just survive, you'll dominate. Now, go make it happen. The world as we know it is shifting at a pace faster than ever before. Technology, economies, industries, everything is evolving, and it's happening in real time. What worked yesterday may not work tomorrow. The strategies that brought success in the past might become obsolete overnight. And in times of uncertainty, people respond in one of 2 ways. They either resist change, clinging to the familiar, or they adapt, evolve, and take control of their future. The truth is, those who resist change will be left behind, while those who develop the skill of adaptability will thrive no matter what comes next. Most people fear change. It's natural. The brain is wired to seek comfort, stability, and predictability. But what happens when the world no longer offers that? What happens when the very foundation you've built your career, your business, or your life upon suddenly shifts? The answer is simple. You either adjust or you get crushed by the weight of stagnation. The ones who come out on top are not necessarily the smartest or the strongest. They are the most adaptable. They are the ones who see change not as a threat, but as an opportunity. They don't just react to the world, they shape it. Think about history. The most successful companies, leaders, and individuals are those who didn't just survive change, but capitalized on it. Netflix crushed Blockbuster not because they had more resources, but because they adapted. Amazon became a giant not because they had the best technology in the beginning, but because they continuously evolved. The most successful entrepreneurs, athletes, and visionaries are the ones who don't resist change, they drive it. So the question is, how do you develop adaptability? How do you train yourself to be unshakable in a world that never stops moving? It starts with shifting your mindset. You must stop seeing change as something that happens for you and start seeing it as something that happens for you. Every disruption, every challenge, every unexpected turn is an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more resourceful. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, how can I use this? This simple shift in perspective changes everything. The second key to adaptability is emotional flexibility. The reason most people struggle with change is that they attach their identity to certainty. They build their confidence around things staying the same, but the most adaptable people develop a deep sense of certainty within themselves, not in their environment. They don't need things to go their way to feel strong. They build resilience by training themselves to remain calm, focused, and resourceful no matter what happens. They learn to regulate their emotions so that fear doesn't paralyze them, frustration doesn't derail them, and uncertainty doesn't shake them. Next, adaptability comes down to speed. The faster you adjust, the more control you have. The people who struggle the most are the ones who hesitate. They overthink, they analyze every possible outcome, and wait for the perfect moment. But the reality is, waiting too long is the greatest risk of all. The most adaptable individuals take action quickly. They don't wait for perfect information or absolute certainty. They move forward, adjust along the way, and use real-world feedback to refine their strategy. Speed matters in a world that is constantly evolving. Another crucial element of adaptability is resourcefulness. There's a powerful truth that most people overlook. It's never a lack of resources that holds people back. It's a lack of resourcefulness. The most adaptable individuals don't dwell on what they don't have. They focus on what they can do with what they do have. They find creative solutions, leverage their network, and take unconventional approaches. They don't make excuses about why they can't move forward. They figure out how to make it happen. If you train yourself to become relentlessly resourceful, you become unstoppable. Finally, adaptability is about resilience. You will face setbacks. You will encounter failures. You will have moments where things don't go as planned. But what defines your success is not whether you experience challenges. It's how you respond to them. The strongest people, the most successful leaders, the top performers in any industry, they don't avoid obstacles. They overcome them. They use failure as feedback. They reframe setbacks as learning experiences. They don't dwell on what went wrong. They focus on what's next. So ask yourself, are you resisting change or embracing it? Are you waiting for things to stabilize, or are you training yourself to be unshakable no matter what happens? Because here's the truth. The future belongs to those who are adaptable. The ones who can pivot, adjust, and thrive in any environment will be the ones who lead. You have the ability to develop this skill, but it starts with the decision. The decision to stop fearing change and start mastering it. The decision to stop waiting and start acting. The decision to become the kind of person who doesn't just survive uncertain times, but dominates them. Your emotions control everything. They dictate your decisions, your actions, and ultimately your results in life. Most people believe that success is about intelligence, talent, or luck. But the truth is, it all comes down to how well you manage your emotions. If you allow fear, doubt, frustration, or overwhelm to control you, you'll hesitate, you'll avoid taking risks, and you'll never tap into your full potential. But if you master your emotions, you become unstoppable. You gain the ability to take action no matter what's happening around you. You develop the strength to push forward even when everything feels uncertain. Emotional mastery is the foundation of success because it gives you control over the one thing that truly matters, your state of mind. Think about it. Why do some people crumble under pressure while others thrive? Why do some people get stuck in cycles of procrastination, self-doubt, and fear, while others seem to operate with unshakable confidence? The difference isn't intelligence or background. It's the ability to control emotional responses. Life will throw challenges at you. You will face setbacks, criticism, failures, and disappointments. That's a guarantee. But the way you feel about those challenges determines how you respond to them. If you react emotionally, if you let fear take over, if you allow frustration to dominate, if you get overwhelmed, you lose your ability to think clearly and take action. But if you stay in control of your emotions, you stay in control of your decisions and ultimately your future. The first step to mastering your emotions is understanding that your emotional state is not random. It's a habit. Most people think emotions just happen to them, but that's not true. Your emotional state is shaped by three things: your physiology, your focus, and your language. Change any one of these and you can shift how you feel in an instant. The fastest way to change your emotions is through your physiology, your body, your posture, your breathing, your movement. If you're slouched over, breathing shallowly, and holding tension in your body, how do you think you'll feel? Low energy, stressed, uncertain. But if you stand up tall, breathe deeply, move with energy, and put a smile on your face, your entire state shifts. Try it right now. Stand up, take a deep breath, shake out any tension, and move as if you're full of power and confidence. Notice the difference? That's real. Your body controls your emotions more than you realize. The second way to take control of your emotions is through focus. What you focus on, you feel. Most people feel overwhelmed, anxious, or discouraged because they focus on problems, on what's missing, on what's not working. But the people who master their emotions train themselves to focus on solutions, on possibilities, on what they can do. If you constantly focus on what's wrong, you'll feel stressed. If you focus on what you're grateful for, you'll feel strong. If you focus on how bad things could get, you'll feel afraid. But if you focus on how you can turn challenges into opportunities, you'll feel empowered. You control your emotions by controlling what you focus on. The third key to emotional mastery is language, the words you use to describe your experiences. Words have power. If you say, I'm devastated, I'm crushed, or I'm falling apart, how do you think you'll feel? But if you say, I'm learning, I'm growing, or this is a challenge I'm going to overcome, your emotions shift instantly. Most people use extreme negative language to describe their problems, which magnifies the emotions they feel. But if you change the words you use, you change the way you experience situations. Instead of saying, I'm overwhelmed, say, I'm challenged, but I've got this. Instead of saying, I'm afraid, say, I'm excited for the opportunity to grow. The words you choose shape your emotions, and your emotions shape your actions. Now here's the truth. If you don't master your emotions will master you. And if your emotions control you, then your environment, circumstances, and other people will always have power over you. You'll only take action when you feel like it. You'll only pursue your goals when everything is perfect. And the moment fear, doubt, or frustration shows up, you'll back down. But the people who create extraordinary results in life don't wait until they feel like it. They don't let emotions dictate their actions. They use their body, their focus, and their language to shift their state and take control of their future. Imagine what your life would look like if you had total control over your emotions. Imagine never letting fear stop you again. Imagine never being thrown off course by frustration, doubt, or stress. Imagine being able to generate confidence, motivation, and energy at will, no matter what's happening around you. That's what emotional mastery gives you. It gives you the power to take action regardless of your circumstances. It gives you the ability to make decisions from a place of strength instead of fear. And most importantly, it allows you to become the kind of person who doesn't just react to life, but creates it. So the question is, who's in control? You or your emotions? Because the moment you decide to take control, everything changes. You don't need better circumstances. You don't need more time. You don't need everything to be perfect. You just need to develop the skill of emotional mastery. Because when you do, you gain the power to take action, to stay resilient, and to move forward no matter what. That's what separates those who struggle from those who succeed. And that's why emotional mastery is not just a skill, it's the foundation of everything is emotional mastery. Emotional mastery between those who succeed and those who don't is, 1. Only those who can. The people who win in life, in business, in relationships, in health, are the ones who take massive, consistent action. Not once, not when it's convenient, not only when they feel like it, but every single day. The biggest lie people tell themselves is that they need to be ready before they start. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. But the truth is, waiting is a trap. There is no perfect moment. There is no perfect plan. The only way to succeed is to act now, adjust along the way, and build momentum as you go. Most people spend their lives thinking instead of doing. They overanalyze, overplan, and hesitate. They say, I'll start when I have more time. I'll take action when I feel more confident. I'll go for it when the economy's better, when I have more experience, when things calm down. But that moment never comes. What they don't realize is that confidence doesn't come first, action does. You don't wait until you're confident to take action, you take action and confidence follows. You don't wait until everything is perfect to move forward, you move forward and you figure it out along the way. That's how winners think. The reason so many people hesitate is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of uncertainty. But here's the truth, fear never goes away. The most successful people in the world feel fear just like everyone else. The difference is, they don't let it stop them. They use fear as fuel instead of an obstacle. They understand that fear is just a signal. It's not a stop sign. It's a green light. It means you're about to grow, about to step into something bigger than yourself. So instead of running from it, they lean in. They take action even when they're afraid. And that's what separates them from everyone else. The key to taking massive action is speed. The faster you act, the more momentum you build. Most people move too slowly because they're waiting for certainty. They want to be 100% sure before they make a decision. But in the real world, certainty doesn't exist. The only way to know if something will work is to do it. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you adjust and try again. That's how real progress is made. The people who succeed at the highest level don't waste time overthinking. They make decisions quickly, they take action immediately, and they course correct as they go. That's how you build unstoppable momentum. Another reason people fail to take action is because they think they need more information. They believe if they just learn one more thing, read one more book, take one more course, then they'll be ready. But information without execution is useless. Knowledge is only power when it's applied. You don't need more information. You need more implementation. You already know what you need to do. The problem isn't lack of knowledge, it's lack of action. The most successful people learn as they go. They take imperfect action, they make mistakes, they learn from them, and they keep moving forward. The only real failure is not trying. Taking massive action isn't just about working hard. It's about being relentless. It's about doing whatever it takes, no matter what. Most people give up too easily. They take a little bit of action, hit an obstacle, and stop. They say, well, I tried, but winners don't try. They commit. They push through resistance. They keep going, even when it's hard, even when it's frustrating, even when it feels like nothing is working. They don't stop until they win. That's the difference. The truth is, most people are way closer to success than they realize. They're just one bold move away, one phone call away, one new habit away from a massive breakthrough. But they never take that step because they hesitate. They talk themselves out of it. They wait instead of act. And as a result, they stay stuck. But you don't have to. You have the power to take control of your life right now. You don't need permission. You don't need a guarantee. You just need to decide that you're done waiting, done hesitating, done making excuses. The moment you make that decision, everything changes. Imagine what your life would look like if you took massive action every day. Imagine if you stopped overthinking and just did what needed to be done. Imagine if you trained yourself to move fast, to push past fear, to take bold, decisive action no matter what. Where would you be in 6 months, in a year, in 5 years? Your life would be unrecognizable. And the only thing standing between you and that reality is a choice. The choice to act, to commit, to go all in. So what are you waiting for? Stop thinking, start doing. Stop hesitating, start executing. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It's never coming. The time is now. The moment is now. Your future is in your hands, but only if you have the courage to take action. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because in the end, it's not what you plan to do that matters. It's what you actually do that defines your destiny. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Too many people wait until everything is just right before they take action. They believe they need the perfect plan, the perfect conditions, the perfect amount of confidence before they can start. But here's the truth. That moment never comes. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who wait for perfection. They are the ones who take action even when things aren't perfect. They move forward with what they have, where they are, and they figure it out along the way. The key to success isn't waiting, it's executing. Most people get stuck in a cycle of overthinking. They analyze every possible scenario, every potential risk, and every reason something might go wrong. And in the process, they paralyze themselves. They spend more time planning than doing. They get caught up in the illusion that if they just think about it long enough, they'll find the perfect solution. But here's what really happens. They never start. They never take that first step because they're trapped in a loop of doubt and hesitation. And while they're stuck thinking, someone else is out there taking action, learning from experience, and getting ahead. There is no perfect decision. There is no perfect moment. Success is about movement, not perfection. The people who achieve the most are the ones who understand that action creates clarity. You don't figure things out by sitting on the sidelines. You figure them out by stepping onto the field. Every step you take gives you feedback. Every mistake teaches you something valuable. Every setback makes you stronger. But you only gain that wisdom by doing. Think about it. Some of the most successful companies in the world didn't start with a perfect plan. Apple started in a garage. Facebook started as a simple website for college students. Amazon started as an online bookstore. None of them had all the answers in the beginning, but they started anyway, and they refined their approach as they went. That's the secret. Start before you're ready and adjust along the way. The more you take action, the more you learn. The more you learn, the better you become. And the better you become, the more successful you'll be. The fear of making mistakes holds too many people back. But the truth is, mistakes are not failures. They are stepping stones to success. Every mistake teaches you something. Every wrong turn gives you experience. The only real failure is not trying. If you never take action, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. You'll never give yourself the chance to grow, to improve, to achieve something extraordinary. Successful people are not afraid to fail because they understand that failure is part of the process. They don't see setbacks as the end, they see them as lessons. You don't need more information. You don't need more preparation. You need to move. You need to execute because here's the truth. Action beats perfection every single time. Taking imperfect action will always get you further than waiting for the perfect plan. Success is not about getting everything right, it's about getting started. The biggest breakthroughs in life don't come from thinking, they come from doing. Look at the people who achieve the most in life. They don't waste time doubting themselves. They don't sit around waiting for a sign. They don't overanalyze every little detail. They take action, they fail, they learn, and they keep moving forward. And because of that, they grow faster, they succeed faster, and they accomplish more than those who wait. Imagine if you stopped waiting for the perfect moment. Imagine if you started now, right where you are with what you have. Imagine if you pushed past your doubts and just took that first step. Where would you be in a year, in 5 years? How different would your life look if you stopped hesitating and started executing? The only thing standing between you and success is action. Not planning, not thinking, doing. So stop waiting, stop overthinking, stop worrying about whether everything is perfect. It never will be. Just start, move forward, take action, make mistakes, learn, grow, adjust. Keep going, because in the end, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who do. Resilience is the defining trait of those who succeed at the highest levels. It's the ability to keep going when things get tough, to push forward when everything seems to be against you, and to rise every time you fall. Life will challenge you, guaranteed. You will face setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But the people who create extraordinary results don't let those moments define them. They don't back down when things get hard. They don't quit when they hit obstacles. Instead, they find a way to keep going no matter what. That's resilience. That's what separates those who merely dream from those who actually achieve. Most people think success is about talent or luck. They believe that the people who win are just naturally gifted or had everything handed to them. But that's not true. The people who win are the ones who refuse to give up. They are the ones who take every setback, every challenge, every failure, and turn it into fuel. They understand that life is a game of endurance. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. The world doesn't reward the most talented, it rewards the most determined. Think about the most successful people in history. Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan. Every single one of them failed, and not just once, many times. But they kept going. They didn't let failure stop them. Instead, they use it as a lesson, a stepping stone, a reason to push harder. That's the mindset you need to develop if you want to achieve anything great in life. You need to stop seeing failure as the end and start seeing it as part of the process. The key to resilience is understanding that challenges are inevitable. Most people are surprised when things go wrong. They expect life to be smooth, and when it isn't, they feel like something is wrong. But nothing is wrong. That's just how life works. The people who win expect challenges. They prepare for them. They train themselves to handle setbacks, so when they happen, they don't fall apart. They adapt, they adjust, they keep moving forward. How do you build resilience? It starts with your mindset. You have to shift the way you see adversity. Instead of thinking, why is this happening to me? Start thinking, what is this teaching me? Instead of saying, I can't do this, start saying, I will find a way. Your words matter. Your thoughts matter. The way you talk to yourself in difficult moments will determine whether you keep going or give up. The second key to resilience is emotional control. When things go wrong, most people let their emotions take over. They get frustrated, discouraged, or overwhelmed. And when you're in that state, it's hard to think clearly, let alone take action. But if you train yourself to stay calm under pressure, to manage your emotions instead of letting them control you, you'll be unstoppable. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It means not letting them dictate your actions. Feel the frustration, the disappointment, the fear, but then choose to move forward anyway. Another way to build resilience is to develop a strong reason why. The people who keep going, no matter what, are the ones who have a deep purpose driving them. If you're only chasing success for shallow reasons, money, status, approval from others, you'll quit when things get tough. But if your reason is powerful, if it's something that truly matters to you, nothing will stop you. When things get hard, reconnect with your why. Remind yourself why you started in the first place. When you have a strong enough reason, you'll always find a way. You also need to surround yourself with the right people. Resilient people don't do it alone. They have a support system, a team, a mentor, a group of people who push them, challenge them, and remind them of their strength when they forget it themselves. If you surround yourself with people who give up easily, who complain, who make excuses, you'll absorb that mindset. But if you surround yourself with winners, with people who keep pushing no matter what, their mindset will become your mindset. One of the best ways to develop resilience is through action. When you face a challenge, the worst thing you can do is freeze. The longer you hesitate, the harder it gets to move forward. But if you train yourself to take action immediately, to keep moving even when you don't feel like it, you'll develop the ability to push through anything. Action builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence builds resilience. So the question is, how do you respond when life gets tough? Do you let obstacles stop you, or do you find a way forward? Do you crumble under pressure, or do you rise to the challenge? The truth is, resilience is a choice. It's not something you're born with, it's something you build. And you build it by deciding every single day that no matter what happens, you will not quit. You will not back down. You will keep going, because that's what it takes to win. Imagine what your life would look like if you became unshakable. Imagine if no setback, no failure, no challenge could stop you. Imagine if you trained yourself to keep going no matter what. That's the power of resilience. It's the key to everything you want in life. And the best part? It's within your control. You don't need more talent. You don't need more luck. You just need the mindset that says, I will not stop until I succeed. Because when you make that decision, nothing can stand in your way. Your environment shapes your destiny. The people you surround yourself with, the conversations you engage in, and the energy you absorb all play a critical role in determining your success. You may not always realize it, but your environment is either lifting you up or pulling you down. It's either pushing you to grow or keeping you stuck. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you must take control of your environment and make sure it's working for you, not against you. Most people underestimate just how much their surroundings influence them. They think success is just about personal effort, about working harder, being more disciplined, and staying motivated. But what they don't realize is that motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. Discipline can fade if it's not reinforced, but your environment is always working on you, either strengthening your habits or weakening them. That's why the most successful people in the world don't just focus on personal development. They focus on designing an environment that makes success inevitable. Think about it. If you spend most of your time around negative, unmotivated people who complain, make excuses, and settle for less, how will that affect your mindset? You might not notice it at first, but their way of thinking will start to seep into your subconscious. Their doubts will become your doubts. Their limitations will become your limitations. Without realizing it, you'll find yourself lowering your standards, playing small, and accepting less than you're capable of. That's the power of environment. It shapes you whether you're aware of it or not. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine surrounding yourself with people who are driven, ambitious, and constantly pushing themselves to the next level. People who talk about solutions instead of problems, who take massive action instead of making excuses. How would that affect you? It would elevate your standards. It would challenge you to be better. It would force you to step up your game because that's the culture you'd be immersed in. The truth is, your environment is stronger than your willpower. No matter how disciplined you think you are, if you put yourself in a negative environment long enough, it will wear you down. That's why one of the most important things you can do is take control of your surroundings. This means being intentional about the people you spend time with, the conversations you engage in, and the influences you allow into your life. Start by auditing your circle. Ask yourself, who are the 5 people I spend the most time with? Do they inspire me? Do they challenge me? Do they push me to grow? Or do they drain my energy, fill my mind with doubt, and keep me stuck? If you're constantly surrounded by people who bring you down, it's time to make a change. You don't have to cut people out of your life completely, but you do need to limit your exposure to negativity and maximize your exposure to people who elevate you. Next, pay attention to the information you consume. What are you feeding your mind on a daily basis? Are you filling it with empowering content, books, podcasts, and videos that expand your thinking? Or are you consuming negativity, mindless entertainment, gossip, and news that keeps you stuck in fear? The quality of your input determines the quality of your output. If you want to think bigger, act bolder, and achieve more, you need to flood your mind with ideas and inspiration that push you in that direction. Another powerful way to upgrade your environment is to put yourself in new situations that challenge you. Travel to new places. Attend events where high achievers gather. Join mastermind groups where people are playing at a higher level. When you expose yourself to bigger possibilities, your mind expands. You start to see what's possible. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Your new standard becomes your new normal. Your physical environment also plays a role in your success. Is your workspace cluttered or organized? Does your home environment make you feel energized or drained? Small details matter. If you want to operate at your best, create an environment that supports your success. Design a space that inspires you, eliminates distractions, and puts you in a peak state every single day. At the end of the day, success is not just about working harder, it's about working smart. And one of the smartest things you can do is design an environment that makes success automatic. Because when your surroundings support your growth, you don't have to rely on willpower. You don't have to constantly force yourself to stay disciplined. You simply become the type of person who takes action, stays focused, and keeps moving forward because that's what your environment reinforces. So take a look at your surroundings. Are they helping you or hurting you? Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? If you're serious about leveling up in life, you need to make some changes. Upgrade your circle, control your inputs, put yourself in situations that challenge you, design an environment that forces you to rise. Because when you do, success isn't just possible, it's inevitable.